Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into one of the most crucial skills for any project manager, stakeholder management. For apprentices, this is a big one. It's a core requirement known as K13. Honestly, getting this right can be the difference between a project that flies and one that completely flops. So let's break it all down.
Meet Jody. She's a Level 4 Associate Project Manager Apprentice over at IBA Stores. She's just been handed a brand new project, which is exciting. But there's this one thing looming over her. She has to master and prove she knows her stuff on K13. And right now, well, she's feeling pretty overwhelmed and has no idea where to even begin.
Feeling stuck? Jody does the smartest thing anyone in her shoes could do. She asks for help. She pops a meeting in the calendar with her line manager, Riddle, to figure out why this K13 thing is so incredibly important for her new marketing project. And Riddle just puts it perfectly, doesn't she? She explains that, projects don't just happen in a bubble. If you're not actively managing everyone involved, all your stakeholders, misunderstandings can totally derail your progress. Conflicts can pop up out of nowhere. Getting it right from the start means everyone is on the same page, moving in the same direction. So, building on Riddle's great advice, Jody then checks in with her mentor, Adam, to go a little deeper. He breaks down the formal definition you see here. But put simply, it really boils down to three things. First, figuring out who is even affected by your project. Second, understanding what they really need. And third, actually talking to them to make it all happen. Adam makes it really clear that K13 isn't just about busy work, sending a few emails here and there. Nope. The real purpose here is to build an environment of trust. It's about being proactive, managing what people expect from you so there are no nasty surprises, and getting everyone aligned. That, right there, is how you protect your project from risk.
All right, so now that Jody gets the what and the why, she's starting to feel a whole lot better. So Adam moves on to the really important bit, the how. It's time to take all this theory and put it into action on her marketing project. Adam gives Jody this super simple but incredibly powerful three-step framework. First up, identification. Literally, who are these people? Step 2, analysis. What do they care about and how much clout do they have? And finally, step 3, engagement. What's the best way to actually communicate with them? Let's look at each one.
For step 1, identification, Jody just starts brainstorming. She gets a whiteboard and lists out all the internal folks, like her project team and managers at IBA Stores. Then she moves to the external ones, the customers who will see the campaign, the suppliers who are printing the flyers, everyone.
Okay, on to the analysis part. Adam explains that trying to treat every single stakeholder exactly the same, well, it's just not going to work. The secret to managing this effectively is to prioritize. You've got to figure out who has the most power to impact your project and who has the most interest in how it turns out. And to do this, Adam introduces her to a classic project management tool, the power/interest grid. It's a really simple way to sort your stakeholders into 4 boxes. For example, someone with high power and high interest, like your main project sponsor, you have to manage them very closely. But someone with low power and low interest, you just need to monitor them. This grid isn't just a fun exercise. It directly feeds into that final step, engagement. Once Jody has everyone mapped out, she can build a communication plan that's tailored to each group. The Manage Closely folks might get daily check-ins, while the Keep Informed group might just get a weekly summary email. It's all about the right message for the right person.
So applying all this is a massive win for Jody. But as a Level 4 apprentice, doing the work is only half the battle. Now she has to prove she did it by putting together a portfolio of evidence for Aptum, which is the system they use to track her apprenticeship.
And this is where her coach, Olivia, comes into the picture. Olivia's job is to help Jody translate all these real-world actions from the IBA Stores project into solid, high-quality evidence that ticks all the boxes for K13. Olivia gives her this really clear checklist of what counts as evidence. Of course, Jody needs to submit the actual documents she created, like her analysis and her engagement plan. But, and this is so important, she also needs to write reflection reports that explain her thought process and how she dealt with any challenges along the way. And this is really where the magic happens. Documentation turns your everyday experience into solid proof. Just like Jody says, when an issue with a supplier popped up, she didn't just solve it and move on. She documented the problem, what she did about it, and what happened in the end. That simple report turned a project hiccup into powerful evidence of her skills. With a strong portfolio coming together, Jody's now looking ahead to the final hurdle, the Endpoint Assessment, or EPA.
This is basically the final exam that decides whether she passes her whole apprenticeship. No pressure?
So to get her ready, Olivia runs a mock assessment with her. The whole point is to build up Jody's confidence, letting her practice talking about her knowledge and experience clearly, using all that great portfolio work as her guide.
Olivia starts her off with a pretty classic knowledge-based question. This is designed to check that Jody really understands the fundamental process she learned from Adam right at the beginning.
Now, a really strong answer here follows a clear process. Jody wouldn't just start listing random people. She'd explain her method. She'd talk about starting with the project goals, brainstorming different groups, using a tool like the Power Interest Grid, and, this is key, stressing that it's an ongoing thing, not just a one-and-done task.
Okay, next, Olivia throws her a curveball, a scenario-based question. This is where Jody's real-world experience at IBIS stores is absolutely essential. The assessor wants to hear a story that shows she can actually do this stuff in practice.
To answer this, Olivia coaches her to use the STAR method. It is the perfect way to structure her story. She can clearly describe the situation with that difficult supplier, her task to fix the problem, the specific action she took, and the positive result in the end. And the best part, it's all already documented in her portfolio.
And look at that. By leaning on her support network, getting advice from her manager, a framework from her mentor, and prep from her coach, Jody has turned that initial anxiety into pure 100% confidence. She's not just hoping to pass anymore, she knows she is ready.
So, we followed Jody's journey from being totally overwhelmed by K13 to absolutely mastering it. Now it's your turn. Think about a project you're working on right now. Who is the very first stakeholder you are going to add to your plan?